Facebook. Facebook. Why I oughta. If you were watching the Make With Me Monday, and I just poof disappeared in the middle of the video, guess why? You can't guess why. You're never going to guess why. Here's why. In the middle of the video, Facebook sent a thing that said connect your streaming software. You can, when I do a live video, I can either use my webcam, which is what I do, or I can connect through streaming software, which is like a third-party service. I always just do through my webcam. Always. 28 minutes of video on my webcam. And then it goes, and you need to connect your streaming software. And then it just booted me off. So anyway, that happened. We're done. We're over it. I don't know if you guys saw. This is where I stopped. I stopped as soon as it happened. So hopefully you didn't miss anything, okay? I got the back off. I just stuck this stick in there. Will it stay? I don't know. If it doesn't stay, I'll just get some cocoa butter drizzle, dip my little wand in cocoa butter drizzle, and then use that to make it stay. Okay? Alright, great. Whoa! It worked so well. Okay, I did underfill it, so it looks like it has the plague. Like, you can't see. It's like pockmarked. It's poxied with plague. So, I might have to redo that one, but it's fine. Let me see how much this weighs. Who made this mess all over my little tiny scale? Huh? So, the stick weighs, we're going to tear it with the stick so I know. Ugh, this is very fragile. So, probably do need to put some cocoa butter drizzle in it. That is 98 grams, also known as 3.45 ounces. It's cute though. Okay, I'm just gonna set it there. I should have a tray, but I don't. This is another version I have from Break the Mold. This is a hybrid version. I don't know how well this one's gonna work. The only thing I don't like about hybrids, I think I've talked about this before. I don't mind hybrids. So this is a 3-piece mold. This is a 3-piece mold. And of course I don't have one near me because I put them all away. Why would I do that? The vacuum form molds, those are vacuum form molds, like a plastic one. So this is a hybrid. It's like a combination of this and a vacuum form. And a lot of people find this to be easier when they're first starting out making bathrooms. The thing I don't like about them is that you can't control how much goes in here as easily as you can with, you know, the other versions. So, but sometimes that's the price you pay. You know, you gotta pay the paper. Alright, so just like with Wonder Bar, whenever I'm using Wonder Bar in like 3D printed molds, I'm gonna take a lump of it and then I like to rub it on the table to kind of give me a flat surface to work with. And then usually I shape it to the right shape, but I'm not doing that for this. So, okay. Pat the baby, okay? Pat the baby. I can use a little see, I have these little circle cutters. That's what I have been using to cut the middles out. It's too big though. But I've just been using cookie cutters and cutting the middle out with like a circle cookie cutter. But now these mold makers are getting creative with it. They're coming up with solutions for us. I love it. And they started making some dedicated like bubble wand molds. Love that journey for all of us. I don't know why I just dusted the back of that. Not necessary at all. Maybe because I was going to do this. How many pairs of glasses do I have? I have 3, but I also have these hair kind. But you know what I don't like about these? These weren't meant for people who talk like this. Talk with their hands, because I flip these off all the time. I flip them off all the time. And like, I haven't seen anybody who has these types of glasses complain about it. So I'm like, am I the only one who's just like wild when I talk? It's very possible. So that's my only thing about them, is I like lose the cover thing for them all the time. And what's like really embarrassing is I'll be like talking to somebody and it's like hanging halfway off and I like don't even realize it. And then I'll like go to like rub my nose or something and it'll go book and it'll pop back into place. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I just looked unhinged talking to this person for 20 minutes. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I got it in a very general type of shape. Some type of way shape. No, I'm just going to smash it in there. You know, like all that work. Why? Why? And I just kind of... Okay, I don't know if this is going to stick or not. I haven't tried it. I don't know. We're all in this together. I love these scraper things. I love them. I use it all the time for everything. Also, that texture. What? Oh. So with hybrid bulbs, you do really have to hit them hard. It is coming out. I can feel it coming out. So, okay. Any little cracks? I'm just gonna kind of gently swap over them to fix those little creaky cracks. Is it perfect? No. Do I care? No. Have you been to a Lush? Have you been to a Lush? Okay. Must put the stick in, knowing good and well that I will probably take it out later the same way I took it out for that one. But at least if I put it in now, like I have that hole already in place so that when it dries, that's like already there. Aren't these cute? Okay. Alright, love this. It's already starting to dry. Like they dry pretty fast for me. I don't know. Here's the current humidity. Nothing. Nothing. There's no current humidity. We don't have a temperature right now. I probably need to replace the batteries in that. I have about like 20 of them because we have reptiles, so we have like a bunch of them in our house. Okay, so I still have bubble dough left over. There is another type of bubble wand design that I have that I haven't used. And these are from Australia. I'm interested in this because it's flat, so I think that that's kind of, I do kind of prefer, like, you can make it thinner, you know, if it's flat. So I do kind of feel interested in that. So, yeah. We're going to give it a shot. Oh, you know, this is TMK molds. TMK molds. Okay. Alright. Give that a little do-to-do. Give a little rub-a-dub-dub. Give a little pat the baby. Pat the baby. So these are built differently because it's a press through, but it has like a little cutout for the stick right there. So it's kind of interesting. Definitely need more dough to fill in here. Ah, maybe not. Okay, I'm just going to squash it there into the mold there. Just squash it there in the mold, like so. Since I squashed it down, I'm just going to dust this part. Give it a squash. And now you could add your stick now. I mean, I think like with these, you can add your stick afterwards. Even like, you know what? I'll grab one in just a second when I'm done with this. But Kata Molds also has lollipop molds. That's another one you could use. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to say that it's for a bubble wand, right? You can use it a lollipop mold. Just what's fun about these is that you can literally blow bubbles through them. That was like a thing for Lush, that they were like, oh look, you can blow bubbles through this, and then people were like, oh my god, I want that. So you can't do that. It's kind of a novelty thing, like you're not gonna, I don't know. She's also has the pox. I could have put a little bit more dough in there, but whatever. Okay. All right, that one came out really easy. So then for this one, to make the hole, it has like a little cutter. So you can kind of put the hole where you want it. Boop, unless you break it in the process, which I just did, my bad. I'm just gonna glue her back together. Maybe I'll retry this one because her fin's coming off. But that's cool, right? So that's another way you could do it. I probably should read. Anyway, okay, so that's another one. Let's see. What? Lollipops. What do we got in here? Huh? We got a little pencil. Got a little pencil lollipop. My favorite is the waffle, the little teeny tiny waffle. Which, why would I have that one easily accessible? Why would I do that? Okay, we're gonna do a pencil. And like I said, this is just a cake. This one's not like a bubble wand mold. This is just a lollipop mold from Kata Molds. So it doesn't have to be like dedicated to that purpose. You could use probably any mold and stick a stick in it. And then if you want to blow bubbles through it, put a hole in it. I don't, you know. Actually, we got a flower right here. Okay, let me do a flower. Now this was a double batch, which makes 480 grams. I know that if you have like kind of one of the original PDFs, that it's just, it says grams in my head. But we have had a few questions about like, it doesn't have a weight. And look, we tried to make sure that there's no errors ever in our PDFs when we send them out into the world. But we also know that if we messed up anywhere, that y'all are going to find it first and let us know. And y'all definitely did that. You did your job. Thank you. Okay, y'all let us know. So, we have, I believe, corrected that. So, okay, so those are the ingredients that I talked about in part 1. And SLSA, SCS, sodium lauryl sulfate acetate, sodium SCS, cocoa methyl-propylbetaine, Cat B, baking soda, tapioca starch, cream of tartar, fragrance, and preservative. That's pretty much all you would need for the bubble wand. That's like the most that you're going to need. The one that I prefer to work with is the version with citric acid. So you might also need citric acid and cream of tartar. I don't know. You know, people like to like message us and say like, I need to know all the ingredients so I can make sure I have everything before I make the recipe, which like I get that, but there's several variations within it. So unless I list out like every, like say like, okay, for this we need this and for that we need that, like that's not, no. And then also, because I've done that before. You know, I bought recipes and I'm like, oh, I can't make this because I don't have this one ingredient. But we give it like a list of substitutions. So then, if I list the ingredients, do I list... I just forced that out. Don't force it out, but like, look how cute. Hold on. Not that, that's water. Look how cute. So if I give you like a list of ingredients, then do I list all the substitutions? That's bonkers. I can't do that. Anyway. Watch the face-to-face Friday. Yeah, you can if you're on Patreon. Watch face-to-face Friday. If you're not on Patreon, you can watch the Make With Me Mondays. Almost every time that I go over a recipe, I talk about what's in it. Because it's not really that it's a secret, you know? It's just that it's like, it's a pain in the ass. You know? Okay. And now I'm just gonna posthumously put a stick in it. Ta-da! Now this is a lollipop bubble wand. This is a good size, I think. This would make an entire bathtub full of bubbles. An entire bathtub full of bubbles. Closed captioning thinks I'm saying half the baby. Cat the baby. There was, who was it who sent me, like, closed captioning said I was saying, like, not master batching. It didn't think I was saying master batching. That was Debbie Olson who sent that to me. We had a good laugh over that. I'm not doing that, okay? I'm pretty bold. We're not gonna do that. Let's see if you can use a cutter for this. I think you can. Of course, the last thing I used this on was soap. And it was black soap, so of course it's gonna be a little iffy for a second there. Okay. Just pardon me while I do this. So if you're gonna do it like this, you would want a roller. I usually use a spacer to make sure that the dough is like even across. Spacers. Okay, roll it out. Now this is a little bit drier because it's been sitting out, right? But I think it'll be fine. If you're trying to make your bubble magic and it's like really stiff and dry, not this version. This is the reusable bubble one version. You can use it to make sprinkles, but like, why? You don't need to. You could use the other versions, and they're simpler, right? But you can use it if you wanted to. But, so say you're doing the other versions. It's like too dry for you. Then I suggest trying a different version first, because that might work for you. That might help you. Okay, this one is from Chunkadust. It has a cutter. It has 3 pieces: a cutter, a release plate, and then a press plate. And they have this little notch on the bottom that lines up to let you know like where you're holding it. And it's also kind of nice. It has like an ergonomic grip, so it's easier to pull it apart. This is my favorite thing in the whole world to do, is to make these little sprinkles. Okay, whoa. Just get back in there. I don't normally do such a big piece, so you have to forgive me. Wait, did I do this wrong or did I do this right? People who are doing this a lot, let me know. Because I haven't done it in like a hot minute. And sometimes my brain just like forgets how to do the things. Okay, then I'm going to put the press piece through. And all my little sprinkles are gonna fall out. And I'm gonna have these little heart-shaped sprinkles, and I can use them on top of like bath bombs. This is a big one. I made these bigger because I was made a soap out of them, but they have like teeny tiny ones. You can get it like teeny tiny. Those are moons and clouds and like little stars. How cute is that? So you can make them teeny tiny, you can make them bigger. Anyway, and then when they dry, you could either put these on top of a soap, a bath bomb, like bath bomb frosting. You could use it as an embellishment on a bath bomb. You could just package it and sell it all by itself, like that, which a lot of people are doing because it's like, it's fun. Why not? So yeah, you can use any of the recipes for pretty much any of the things. The bubble dough for extruding is different because the other versions don't extrude very well. They kind of ruffle when you extrude them. So the bubble dough for extruding doesn't do that. It gives you like a perfectly smooth press through. So if you're into extruding, extruder discs and stuff like that, that's the one for you. It's the simplest one. Get there, get it. If you're into making the sprinkles, go for first the bubble fondant with citric acid. That's the better one. I just wanted to make a version that had baking soda just in case, because I don't want people to feel like they had to go out and get a grinder just to make it work. It's just, it is better. You know, I'll make another cat. That was cute. So, and then you could use reusable bubble wand to make sprinkles. It's just like kind of overkill. You don't need to, but if you have extra, you can. See how that works? Like options. Try to give you options. All right. Is this the citric acid version that you're using? And then Christina answers and says it's the bubble wand version. Thank you. You guys are so good. So helpful and kind to each other. Makes me so happy. Yes, this is the reusable bubble wand version. That's just because I wanted to show like how complicated it could be. Like this is the most complicated version, right? But you can leave all the versions scented or unscented. There's no heat required to make this, so you don't need like a microwave, you don't need a double boiler, you don't need any of that stuff. You just need the ingredients and your two little hands and your heart full of love. And I don't know, I feel like it's like Pinocchio or something. You can go out on a journey. Okay, I'm trying a different way to do this because, you know, I like packed it in a little bit more this time. Because last time my cat was a little bit poxied. Alright, let's see what happens. I do like the minis though. I just feel like smaller is better with this recipe. But also, that's just like my personal preference, man. So, do it. Do you. Do what you like. Okay. It's just fun to play with. It won't pipe. Like, you can't pipe it to put frosting on top of cupcakes. That's still Wonder Bar's job. It won't really scoop. I mean, you can scoop it, but I don't think it does. Let go. I don't think it does a very good job at scooping. I got the whiskers that time, too. How cute. It doesn't do a very good job scooping. That's still Wonder Bar's job, in my opinion. So, yeah. But Wonder Bar can't make super detailed designs. You can do this with Wonder Bar. So you could do this with Wonder Bar. But what you can't do with Wonder Bar is... Why don't I have one really close at hand? I'm looking for a impression mat. Like... oh, here we go. Okay. So, Wonder Bar can't do this that I'm about to do right here. So this is an acrylic impression mat. You could use silicone impression mats as well. But I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to like roll it out. Roll out! Oops. Roll it out. You're making me look bad. Just kidding. Just need to dust it. Alright. And then I'm going to lay it on top of the... Hold on. That's my bad. I didn't dust and stuff enough. Okay, go away. I'm going to lay it on top of the impression mat. And then I'm going to give it one roll this way. And one roll this way. This is how I got the texture on the Christmas sweaters. There's some bath bombs I did last year for that carnival theme that I did. This kind of whatever it is, plaid texture. I mean, I did a piss poor job, but you get the point, right? That you can get incredibly fine details, like all those little thin lines that are going through it. You can't get that with Wonder Bar. Okay, so they can do things that the other one can't do. They don't replace each other. They just complement each other. All right, let's see what happened. What am I using to sprinkle? I'm using cornstarch. And you said that you tried using cornstarch, but it didn't come out of the mold. So you can try like heavily dusting the outside of it. Okay, and then just, for lack of a better word, hit the crap out of it. Like you have to like really bang them hard to break the suction. When it's flat, like the mermaid one that I did, it's flat, and so it was a lot easier because there's not that suction. I thought I had a flat something. I probably do. I probably have a whole, I have a whole thing for waffles, so it might be in my other one. But yeah, if you have like a flat mold, it's a little bit easier to get out than, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Oh, it's a pumpkin. Very intense. Okay, if you have a flat mold, it's a little easier to get out than the 3D deep ones, because they're like, they create like a suction cup. You know? You could also use tapioca flour if you don't want to use cornstarch. It's just that tapioca flour is more expensive. So that's it. I'm done. Let me check the comments, and I'll have to go back and check the comments on the other one. Oh, sorry. Okay, answering each other's questions. And oh yeah, Team K, you guys helped me out with that one. Thanks. Let's see. What weight is whatever, like grams or ounces on the recipe? It's grams. Yeah, it's grams. Honestly, okay, you're saying like you get UFC muscle. Honestly, I feel like you do, like when it comes to like the kneading part, like I do think that you are having to knead it, but it's not hard. Like the dough is like fluffy and like super squishy. So if it's like really it shouldn't feel strenuous for you. Like if you have an injury, like a wrist thing where it's like overuse, you know, because you're like doing the same repetitive motion, then it might like trigger that. But it's like really easy. Like the dough is like squishy and fluffy. It's like almost like marshmallows or something. It's really soft. And I will include links to where I got everything. So and Sarah, so somebody says they use a dry brush to help get the cornstarch on every part of the mold. That's a good idea too. So yeah, there's lots of different solutions that you can do, but yeah. If you guys are in Patreon, I will hop onto Patreon. Give me like 10 minutes to clean up. I'll hop on Patreon and do the citric acid version and the extruder version. So y'all can see that too. But for you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I will include links to everything I used, so don't worry. I got you. I'm going to include links to everything. And that's it. Happy making. You're the best.